Whoever controls the media, controls the mind, said famous singer and songwriter Jim Morrison. Media plays an important role in shaping the ideas and beliefs of teens. In fact, continuous exposure to media has proven to impact a child's social, physical, and mental development. In this video, I will share with you the impact of media on teens.
Existe una etapa en la vida que viene después de la infancia. Esta etapa se llama la adolescencia. Etapa en la que dejamos de ser unos inocentes querubines y pasamos a ser unos seres hediondos que se calientan por todo. Cuando llegas a la adolescencia, empiezas a notar algunos cambios. O mejor dicho, la gente es la que nota esos cambios. O sea, no eres un niño ni eres adulto. Estás en medio. No eres nada. Eres muy chico para algunas cosas y muy grande para otras. Mamá, ¿qué me vas a regalar para el día del niño? Hijo, ya estás muy grande como para que te regale cosas por el día del niño. Pero mamá. Y para otras, hola, quiero un ron, una botella de pisco, 2 cajetillas de cigarro y una cerveza, por favor. Ya, ¿y tú qué edad tienes? 16. Pero tú no puedes comprar alcohol, eres un niño. Yo soy un hombre grande, soy un hombre grande. Ya le saqué la ruedita chica a mi bicicleta.
Positive effects of media on teens. Exposure to media is not always bad. Media at large can have a positive impact on teenage behavior and attitudes in the following ways. But remember, it depends on the quality of content the child is watching. Mode of entertainment and self-expression. Social media platforms, like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, provide space for teens to interact with people of similar interests across the globe. Teens find this interaction entertaining and satisfying for their self-expression, thus boosting their confidence and self-esteem.
Sometimes when I'm sad, I like to communicate with my friends on social media, and that really makes me feel less lonely.
The thing I love most about social media is to stay connected with my friends.
Over spring break, I broke my phone and I didn't have it for a week and everyone thought I was dead. It was just so impossible to contact me.
I do get like a little stressed, like when there's this huge thing that's awesome and I can't be a part of it. And that's kind of worrying. That gets like worrying.
I check my phone a lot.
More than I can count.
I check it usually when I wake up in the morning.
Before school, on the bus ride to school.
During school.
A couple times each class.
At lunch.
Probably check it at break.
After school.
Walking home.
While I'm doing homework.
I'm constantly checking my phone until I go to bed.
Could be a source of inspiration. Online documentaries, movies, inspirational stories on the internet, print, and broadcast media can be a source of inspiration for your teen. For instance, you and your teen could watch real-life-based movies such as The Pursuit of Happiness and Rocky Balboa to get inspired in life.
Hey. Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. All right?
All right.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
Helps develop social skills. Some teens are introverted. For them, social media is a free environment where they can interact without much hesitation. Social networking helps them develop social skills that are necessary for effective communication. Effective communication is necessary to develop and maintain relationships.
After getting my phone, in-person interactions, it's been replaced by text and call and FaceTime.
I'm always with my friends, but when I'm not with them, I'm always talking to them on social media.
It's a lot easier to
just meet up with people wherever you are, as long as you have a way to connect with them. So whether that be texting or Snapchatting or calling them, it's really easy instead of having to like communicate through your parents.
I would say it's very normal in today's world to be hanging out with people that you're close to or even not so close to and have moments where you're both just silently sitting on your phones.
I don't really feel pressured by my friends directly to be on social media, but sometimes I'll see them get out their phone and like start looking at Instagram or something.
I think when it fills that space, there's nothing inherently wrong with it, but I do see now that when that's the extent of what you do with a person, that's when it starts to bother me.
Me and my friends are on our phones a lot at the same time. I honestly don't really know why we do it while we're together, but we do.
Develops social and political sense. Teens who take an interest in current affairs and news are highly likely to be interested in social, political, and human development issues, like poverty and global warming. It is an important positive effect that could help determine a teenager his or her personality and interests. Aids in developing an identity. TV shows, series, and movies with good quality content can help teens to develop an identity. For example, a movie that reflects gender equality may motivate a teen to follow that in their life.
Todos son tan simpáticos hasta que te llevan a suicidarte. Tarde o temprano, la verdad se sabrá.
Casi Ángeles cuenta con una cantidad de elementos de la narrativa y lenguaje audiovisual que la hacen única y característica, contribuyendo a que adolescentes de diversas partes del mundo se identifiquen tanto con sus valores como con los temas que trata. En Casi Ángeles se tratan temas universales que refuerzan constantemente el mundo interno, el sentido crítico y los valores de los adolescentes, porque se les muestran temas a través de enseñanzas que los ayudan a reflexionar sobre los propios temas que se les ofrecen. Gracias a los elementos de la narrativa audiovisual, como las voces en off, la música, recurrencia a historias de la cultura popular, la escenografía, la puesta en escena, la edición, se refuerzan constantemente estos temas, mensajes y valores que trata la serie, contribuyendo a generar una mayor identificación con los adolescentes que la ven.
Negative effects of media on teens. There are several ways in which visual media and social media use can become a source of negative influence. Here are some scenarios that must be evaluated. The first is that might lead to health and developmental issues. Extended screen time is associated with poor academic performance, sleep deprivation, and reduced physical activity, and face-to-face social interaction. All these factors are associated with health issues, such as obesity and the negative impact on the overall development.
I get like stressed out, like, oh, I'm probably missing this big thing and I can't comment on it or anything like that.
It always looks more fun when you're not there.
Even if they're doing homework, it makes it seem like they're having a great time doing whatever they're doing.
I generally don't really get that jealous of when I see like photos of my friends together. That doesn't really bug me. I definitely do check it, and sometimes I get sidetracked.
It still sucks to see that 3 or 4 of your friends are out going shopping and you're not there.
People that I know actually worry about how many followers they have compared to other people, and like if they're not getting as many messages, and it just causes so much unnecessary drama, I would say.
Followers isn't like what you should be worrying about. It should be worrying about like being with your friends and things that you like to do, like basketball or reading or other things.
If you are on your phone all the time, you will just tend to feel more lonely, low energy.
I sometimes wish that it wasn't a thing so I could just hang out with my friends and play basketball or do other things like that.
The second issue is that could develop unrealistic body image. Media has a sharp effect on how teens interpret beauty and positive body image. For instance, media usually creates an impression that thin and fair is beautiful. Such misleading messages can have a negative effect on the child's self-esteem.
We are all victims of the negativity the media places on body image. They convince us that we must look a certain way to be acceptable. They have tainted our interpretation of beauty, and nowadays we compare ourselves to everyone we see on our screens. This has caused our society to be solely focused on satisfying the public eye and going to extreme measures in order to meet the desired results. Females have this idea that they must be slim and cut to perfection like every runway model, and males feel like they must be well built and muscular like every guy that appears on commercials. Thing is, if everybody's trying to look like somebody, then nobody will ever be truly satisfied with themselves. A survey conducted by Common Sense Media shows that 37% of teens have edited photos of themselves before posting. And why is that? It's because the media hangs a dark cloud above our heads called insecurity, and it is destroying lives by the masses. But as long as the media keeps gaining money and growing their industry, they won't do anything to stop it. It's up to us. Because in a generation such as ours, that is growing with fewer positive role models, it's imperative that we change the body image in the media once and for all. It's time we stop being our biggest critic. It's time we start loving what we see in the mirror. It's time we start embracing our imperfections. It's time we forget what the media has to say, because at the end of the day, you are a masterpiece in the making.
Did you know Argentina has the second place worldwide for eating issues, as bulimia and anorexia, not only in girls but also in boys? What is more, 70% of women around the world do not feel represented by ads. Anyway, Argentinians break that number, and more than 75% feels the situation brings them anxiety. Another fact is that statistics show that 1 out of 3 adolescents has an eating issue, and 1 in 7 adolescents dislikes his body.
La bulimia y la anorexia son dos de las enfermedades que crecen entre los adolescentes. Sin embargo, los datos indicarían que se empezó a tomar un poco más de conciencia de esta enfermedad entre padres e hijos. Un relevamiento realizado hace 10 años en distintas escuelas del país identificó al 9% de los adolescentes como bulímicos o anoréxicos. Hoy en día, en cambio, se calcula que un 12% de los alumnos sufre alguno de los dos trastornos. Frente a estos números que preocupan, hay una noticia alentadora. Las consultas por estas enfermedades aumentaron el 50% durante los últimos 10 años. La explicación es que los adolescentes y sus familias consultan más porque se ha difundido la existencia y la gravedad de estos trastornos. También se habla del tema en las escuelas y los médicos están más capacitados para identificar síntomas y hacer derivaciones. Y a pesar de que no disminuyó la presión social que exige ser extremadamente delgado, al menos creció la conciencia sobre trastornos que pueden poner en riesgo la vida de los jóvenes.
Another fact is that might instill wrong perceptions. Media often portrays a grown-up to be cool if they eat junk food, smoke, drink alcohol, use drugs, drive fast. All these presentations of adult life can have an influence on a teen, making them emulate their favorite actors. Anyway, some YouTubers, as Tinko Ruiz, from Salto, Argentina, shows us how a teenager looks when he acts as a bad person, without moral codes. Although the video is fun, teach us a day in an adolescent life.
De una, salgamos esta noche, yo compro la birra.
¿Qué onda, culo? ¿Quién ha dicho birrita?
¿Cómo entraste acá, culiao?
Oh, vos, pues, amigo, ¿cómo vas a comprar birra? No me va a invitar, pues, me mide Pedro, pues, compadre. Vamos a comprar una birra, pues.
Pero si es re temprano.
Ah, amigo, que no escucho la frase. Al que madruga, Dios lo ayuda, pues, compadre.
Pero está cerrado, Pepe, son las 9 de la mañana recién.
¿Qué? Está cerrado. Las puertas del cielo siempre están abiertas. Pepe, abrime, Pepe, guachín. Me da una birrita, guachín, pues. Pepe, abrime la concha, tu... Ay, Pepe. Ay, Pepe, deja de cagar, pues, guacho.
¿Qué te pasa, pelotudo? ¿Qué estás allanando acaso?
Pepe, ¿qué estás cagando, perro? ¿Tuviste trillizo o mellizo? ¿Qué nombre le has puesto, culiao?
¿Qué querés?
Una birra quiero, pues, culiao. Me extraña araña, me mete Spider.
Está 100 pesos ahora.
¡Y arriba, hermano! Pepe, ¿cómo va a salir 100 pesos? Pues? ¿Qué viene con tu hija acaso, Pepe?
At last, it might cause addiction. It is the most speculated negative effect of media, especially social media. Research shows that the overuse of social media networking could lead to an addiction. Most teens post pictures or feelings online and eagerly wait for likes, shares, and positive comments from friends. These experiences activate the brain's reward system and increase the levels of dopamine. It can raise the likelihood of media addiction in the long run. In conclusion, media has a really huge influence on teens. Since they are going through several physical and psychological changes, and they are looking for an identity, which they may find in media. Therefore, it is important to control the content adolescents are exposed to. Celebrities are powerful influencers that have become an inevitable part of the media. Their power to influence is used to promote and advertise an idea, belief, behavior, or product. In particular, teenagers are one of the most vulnerable audiences that easily gets attracted to lifestyles. Thus, it is important for teachers to guide teens about responsible analysis of the content. Media impact and influence on teens is inevitable. However, rational and critical analysis of its pros and cons could help reduce its negative effects, while allowing students to enjoy the positive ones. The best strategy is to present adolescents tools like awareness and analysis of media.
I fear the day that technology will surpass our human interaction. The world will have a generation of idiots. Welcome to social media. Don't let Instagram fool you. There are people with only 10 likes but have plenty of friends, and people with 100+ likes that are incredibly lonely. There are couples that are extremely happy on social media, yet are in dysfunctional relationships. There are girls who overexpose their bodies yet feel the most insecure. There are guys who flaunt lavish lifestyles yet struggling with debt. Things are not what they always appear to be. Social media has created an outlet for narcissistic behavior where self-worth is determined by the amount of likes, comments, and followers one receives. Welcome to Facebook, the place where relationships are perfect, liars believe their own bullshit, and the world shows off they are living a great life, where the enemies are the ones that visit your profile the most. Your friends and family block you, and even though you write what you are really thinking, there is always someone that takes it the wrong way. Social media has created jealousy over illusions. Sadly, some are envious of things, relationships, and lifestyles that do not even exist. The word friend has lost its meaning. In other words, the word friend has become so utterly meaningless in a world governed by social media. How can anyone truly claim to have 1100 friends? And Facebook is the place where most people post their problems for everyone to see, except the person with whom they're having the problem with. After the introduction of social media, people are too worried about looking good all the time. Relationships these days are harder because conversations have become texting, arguments have become phone calls, and feelings have become some stupid statuses updates. So, scroll less, leave more.